I had to exit a third time because I messed up the second time, baby. Hello there, everybody, and welcome back to Pokémon X. Last time we went over all the Mega Stones that you could possibly get in Pokémon X and Y. And I guess according to the Pokemon Giga League, we went over a Mega Evolution that was cut. And I wish was in there. And also someone would use. Anyway, today we're going on a legendary hunt. It's not the legendary hunt, but it is a legendary hunt, so to speak. What do I mean by this? Well, to the dismay of many, including myself, roaming legendaries exist in this game. However, they're not really. It's not really as bad as one might think it is. So, right here, I'm looking at Articuno right now. Your legendary might be different according to what starter you chose. Because I chose Chespin, I have Articuno. If you chose Fennekin, then Zapdos will appear for you. And if you got Froakie, then Moltres will appear. So the 3 legendary birds of Kanto will start roaming around the world once you defeat the Elite Four. And much like all roaming legendaries, they change location every single time. You enter a route, you enter anything, and all that good stuff. However, you may have also noticed a bit of a change in how they behave Well, here's a change in how they behave. So, if you definitely paid attention to that montage, then you would definitely know that they actually just run away from you automatically. They don't do that whole thing where it's like, where they fight you. They don't do that. Instead, they actually just, run away from you on the spot. So that's a big change of the roaming legendaries. And unfortunately, you're gonna have to do this every single time if you want to check the location of each of your legendary bird. So, unfortunate and repetitive and tedious as it all is, you're going to have to track these down all on your own. There is no Pokéchep that will allow you to even do that very thing. There is no, legendary, tracker thingy on your bottom screen, despite the fact that Pokémon Platinum did it just fine. You're going to have to do this all on your own. While also checking the Pokédex like a repetitive maniac. So we're just gonna go for it. We're just gonna see how it all goes. And bada bing, bada boom. And also, it doesn't really matter what level you are, I think. Well, actually, no, it kind of does, because I'm using a repel. I bought more repels, by the way. What I'm going to do here is I'm just going to roam around the place, see how it is, because it might be on this very route that I'm doing, or Articuno might be on this very route, except it isn't. It just so happened to be random chance that Articuno just showed up for me during my Mega Stone hunt. Oh, I'm sorry, I should be the proper term. Keystone hunt. Sorry, and now it's not showing up for me. It's kind of epic. It's kind of epic that they won't show up. See, this is why people don't like roaming legendaries, is because you got to track them down almost every single route that you go to, and you got to search everywhere. You got to search absolutely everywhere for them, and they'll just jump all about location to location to location. And I am incredibly happy to say that X and Y was the last Gen 6 was the very last generation to do this sort of thing. Because now, roaming legendaries are completely dead and nobody will ever miss them. Ever. No one is actually sad that they're gone. And if you are, then I have no idea what in the heck is wrong with you. Well, there is a little trick for them to get to appear again, so here it is. So, if the player uses Fly, this is reading directly from Bulbapedia because I have their notes open. So, Your legendary bird will travel to a different location whenever the player decides to fly or skip travel over to another town. And if you decide to travel normally, then there's a strong possibility that they won't change location at all. It actually also all depends whether or not you go through like all the standard steps, like all the standard gates and the towns and the whatever and the blah 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 blah. It's all dependent on those factors. I don't even know how that goes, but there it is. There it actually is. Now then, I'm going to attempt, and the keyword is attempt, to do all of this. And I repeat, all of this in like a sole day. If not, then this is another video that's gonna take like a million years to actually, you know, film. Not a million years to put together. No. A million years to actually get all the footage for, because believe me, you're in for a rough one. Why is it not show? Oh, it's up there. Oh, it's up there. Well, I guess that really tracks. So here's a pro tip for roaming legend, for, you know, getting all the roaming legendaries that you possibly can. So go to a city or a route that has multiple exits. Or rather, you know, go to a town that has multiple exits, like Dendemil Town, Lavera City, Lumio City, and the like. And you'll be able to find, and you should be able to find your roaming legendary bird in, I don't know how long, but you know, it just takes a lot of time, okay? This just takes a lot of time. So if you will and doubt excuse me, I'm gonna have to just go get at this for like a million hours while checking and checking the Pokédex, because of course I have to do this. Remember, I do all of this for you. Okay, so it's on here. I have a level 67 Articuno orb. Bruh. There it is. So yeah, this is how it goes. He just looks at you, and then, you know, it just leaves. I mean, it does give you a listen to the good music, but I'm afraid we don't have time for the good music right now. Now, here's the bullshit part. You're basically chasing down these legendary birds, depending on your starter, right? You're just basically chasing them down, right? Well, is it gonna go on like this forever? Technically, no. But it will feel like forever, because in order for them to get into this place called the Sea Spirit's Den in Azure Bay, which we went to, you have to track them down and encounter them 10 times, not counting the first encounter. Have fun, idiot, says the game. Did you think that roaming legendaries would be easy? Did you really think that would be like the easy bit? No, moron. You fool. You chumps. You losers. Go and do the things, man. Do the things involving legendary birds, which is just chasing them down until they sit their asses still in one place. Screw you. Does anyone miss roaming legendaries yet? Because no one ever did. Oh god. Okay. I know you can't see it right now, but it's on the adjacent route. And if you travel normally, there's very little chance it will actually go. Come on. Please. Come on. Okay, that's so funny. Now, thankfully, the legendary birds will always be the first encounter that you encounter, so thankfully they just get that out of the way. So they just do their little spiel and yada yada yada. And I believe this is encounter number 2. It's number 2. Just like the Emoji Movie. It's number 2. So yeah, you basically got to do the same old song and dance over and over and over again. And here's one final tip. Even even if your legendary bird just stays roaming, if you travel normally, they'll just go to adjacent routes rather than just jump locations to like the far side of the map or whatever. So now here's the actual real pro tip. You know, if this works. It does. It does work. Okay, so easy strat, easy strat. Santaloon City, just fly over to Santaloon City, and even if you're still at Santaloon City, just fly to the Pokemon Center, and, you know, your legendary bird will still be, you know, around the area. Remember, if you travel normally, they'll just go to adjacent routes. Like right here. So, effectively, they made them a little bit more annoying, but at the same time, it's like a little bit easier now. You know, if you don't have a repel up like I don't. So, that's the big old de facto pro tip. It's kind of weird that Bulbapedia says, hey, they're the first legendaries that you encounter. Well, that's actually fucking wrong. Because I didn't have a repel up, so repel rules still apply in this situation. And thank God they didn't run away. So we're just going to do the same old song and dance over and over and over again until they come up to their place of staying, which is the Sea Spirit's Den. So I'm going to have to torture myself with all of this. So I'm going to be back with you in like a quick second. Which for me, it's going to be an eternity. Finally, after like 18 minutes. 18 minutes of one-off Robot Chicken sketches in the background. Me laughing myself to hilarity. Finally, you stop and just calm the hell down and make a quick stop to the Sea Spirit's Den. We've already been there before, so I'm not going to go over like how to do it again, but we're going to go to the route that's directly before Coumarine City so that we can go ahead and surf over there and then yada yada yada. Alright, so let's truck along. I got like 2 million more repels. I think I'll be fine. So what I did was exit Coumarine City from the west, of course, and I hopped onto the northern part of here, and then we could go all the way up here, past the guy where you get the Ampharos Mega Stone. And then there you go, folks. After encountering this legendary bird ass, like a whole bunch of times, I'm gonna do the thing where I, put the point out front. Wait a minute, do I have the TM for, I think I have the TM for false swipe. So, what I'm thinking is, yes, I can. I know Bisharp is able to use a false swipe. So, let's see it then. Power-up punch. Yeah. Because, you know, power-up punch has been my main strategy since day one. And now it's the perfect time for lawnmowers to come out of here, there and show their stuff. Alright, and hold on. Alright. Let's go then. Let's go catch our bird. Now you can actually stay in place for once. Articuno is a bit of a weird case. It's a defensive ice flying type. Yeah, it's a really odd choice. Whereas you would think that in the original games, it was more of a special attacker than anything before the special split happened. I'm like, yeah, it's just kind of weird. Although 95 special attack isn't really that bad, it can definitely make use out of them. Like, it's one level away from learning Blizzard, And through heart scales, it can learn Hurricane and Freeze Dry and Sheer Cold. If you don't want to wait for that whole level 78 shtick, or level 92 for Hurricane, so you can get its most powerful move straight away. So definitely can be useful for the rest of your single player campaign, although not really the best in multiplayer. Zapdos. Now this guy, no matter what, you are the king always. 125 special attack is always a go-to for Zapdos, and it definitely makes use out of that with Zap Cannon and, you know, Thunderbolt and whatever else it can learn. Like, all the hidden powers, all the Thunderbolts, all of the rounds, and, you know, it's just good. It's just good, man. Plus, Zapdos is pretty speedy, even if it's not the best defensively for a legendary Pokemon. I don't know, Electric Flying is just great. And also, it was that unique typing for so long until Emolga came and stole that. By the way, it should be known that all legendary bird Pokemon have pressure for their ability, so their opponents will use 2 PP instead of just the 1. Moltres! Fire Flying type and pressure for the ability as well. It's definitely more of the mixed attacker of the bunch. Unfortunately, no, though, this is the generation where rock types are definitely better than they normally would, so it loses half of its HP from Stealth Rock alone. I mean, it can still be useful in certain situations. Like through Heart Scales, it can get Heat Wave and Hurricane and Sky Attack. Like, it can get all sorts of moves and make use of them too. That's what I've been saying for all 3 of these legendary birds. Like, it can use Steel Wing, Flamethrower, Fire Blast, Flame Charge. Definitely use Flame Charge on Moltres, and U-Turn too. Now, if only the Move Tutor moves existed for all 3 of them, because yeah, you would have to wait one more game in order to access Heat Wave, Sky Attack, Snore, and Tailwind. Articuno is, and your legendary bird obviously, is level 70, Ice Flying type, pressure for the ability, and it basically has the moves Ice Beam, Reflect, Hail, and Tailwind in my case. Oh my god, that was a lot of explanation to do on one take. Jesus. Okay. Well, that's definitely going to be the case for me. And also, you got this pretty sick-ass remix of the legendary, of the Kanto Legend, or the Kanto Wild Battle theme, excuse me. So that's awesome sauce. Definitely very awesome sauce. Now, because of the fact that Articuno is more defensive than, you know, offensive, yeah, it's gonna take a little bit for it to actually hit the red HPs. So, yeah. Just like right now. It doesn't have any recovery moves, nor does it have Ice Body for the ability, so it can't heal. So, that's good. And I think I'm honestly at the point where I can just chuck the balls at it. And honestly, and to be perfectly honest, after all the hell that you put me through, I didn't even need to weaken you. Die! I had to head up to Jupiter with you. This took me nearly an hour. Dude. A legendary bird Pokemon. It can create blizzards by freezing moisture in the air. In the air. Now, unfortunately, Pokemon's profanity thingy prevents me from calling this guy asshole, so, I'm gonna call you just Ice. I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. But either way, that's definitely the note that we have to end on for the legendary birds. They're all encountered the same way, no matter what starter that you chose. Just remember, Chessman equals Articuno, Fennekin equals Zapdos, Froakie equals Moltres. And they all appear as soon as you beat the Elite Four and the champion and do the parade. If you're wondering the movesets of Zapdos and Moltres, though, Zapdos has Light Screen, Rain Dance, Discharge, and Agility to start, since they're all level 70 to begin with. And Moltres has Heat Wave, Sunny Day, Air Slash, and Safeguard. I guess out of all the legendary birds, I guess Moltres will probably be the most dangerous one. Because, well, it's got Heat Wave and Sunny Day and Air Slash, dude. Like, plus it has more special attack than physical attack, so it's like, yeah, kind of deadly. Kind of deadly for, you know, a Moltres. So, yep. That's basically the note to end on these legendary birds for. Thankfully, they're the only roaming legends in all of Kalos, so just be incredibly thankful that this didn't go on for another further few years. And I didn't just ignore them like I did in, you know, like I did in other Pokemon Let's Plays that I've possibly done. So, with that all said, I guess the legendary hunt can continue. So, yeah, I guess while we're on the subject of that, next time on Pokemon X, I didn't actually mean to go to Koreatown. I meant to actually come over here, like, after the fact. I guess since there's really nothing else left other than, like, doing, like, Battle Chateau stuff off screen, I suppose. I guess we can do the one thing that I haven't really necessarily done in Pokemon X and Pokemon Y yet. Like, no matter what game that I played. We can take on the post-game story. Now, yeah, that's the interesting thing, is because I just want to preface this. I want to preface this. Anytime that you go to Lumio City after, you know, getting the Mega Ring upgraded, no matter what, you get the message from a mysterious someone telling you to go to a warehouse somewhere in Lumio City. But that's the full extent of the post-game story that I've actually seen. The rest of this, I'm just going to use a walkthrough just to make things a little easier on myself. But I don't know the story of this. I don't know anything going into it. Like, I remember the fact that Pokemon Generations did an episode on these. But I don't remember the contents of the episode at all, so this is going to be fun. Next time for real on Pokemon X, we do the post-game story that Kalos has to provide for us. See you guys on the next time. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.